I think I just put myself up on the wrong page, but now I'm on the right page. I know I am. Let's see if I get us up. I was on the wrong page. Oh, it's okay. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if I can get myself up here. Come on, baby. Oh, yes, here we are. Whoop, whoop. Raise the roof. Raise the roof, you guys. We're on. Hi there. Hey, everybody. I'm sorry. I think I was on my group page. I forgot to hit the Unique and the Creek page. Oh, there you go. You know, par for my course. I'm just telling you, par for my course. We have a really fun project today. Hey, make sure. Tell me when you come in. Say hi, because I got to know that I'm not talking to myself. Hey, Miss Tina Kelly, how are you? Good to see you guys. You can't see my face today, but that's okay. You don't need to see my face. You need to see the project that we're going to be working on today. And it's a fun one. We'll give it just a second. Hey, Bev, how are you? Thanks for coming on in and supporting me. I really do appreciate you guys. We're going to do the elf kit today. We've got that adorable, and you've seen Laurie's done this, I believe, and Jackie's done this too, and I thought it was so dang cute that I was going to try it. Hey there, Miss Catherine. I'm going to do this a little bit different than everybody. Hey, Miss Diane. So if you're looking for the elf kit, it's I'm thinking she's still got some. I hope some. I hope so. It's KT057RE. It's the elf butt kit. That's what we're doing. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is the cutest ever. Miss Ruby, hi Dawn and Rose, hi, how are you? This is the cutest little kit I've ever seen. Now, when I first saw this kit out online, I thought it was like the big elf kit. You know, they have the great big elf butts out. And these are the little ones, and they're so cute. And that's why we can have like 3 of them in one kit, because they're small, and you can either use these individually, you can use them 2 by 2, or you can use all 3 of them. Now, you might want to use all 3 of them, because this is what they say. Now, you're going to get everything you need, hey Laura, in this kit to make the kit, all right? So you don't need anything else. But tonight, just so that I can be different than everybody else, I'm going to be adding some of my own stuff in, okay? But you don't need to add anything else. The kit comes complete as it is, so please don't feel that you've got to add extra goodies in here in order for this to look pretty, because you don't, all right? So you're going to get your three stars of the show here, your 3 stars of the show. Hi, everybody. And this one says naughty, and I'm going to take them out of the package, okay? I'll take them out of the package. Actually, I think I took my my rail out. So this says naughty. Look how cute. You all know how this goes. Now these are about, let me tell you how big these are about. These are about 10 inches. So about 10 inches, so naughty. And you've got the nice, of course. You can't have the naughty without the nice. You know how that goes. Hey, Brenda. And this thing is not going to cooperate with me tonight, but I guess that's the way it goes. And there's the nice. And then the third one is I tried, because, you know, we all try to be good at Christmas time. Well, we should all be trying to be good all the time, but, you know, we especially want to be good at Christmas time and the I tried, right? Cool deal, huh? So we've got 3 of these little guys, which I just love. Let me grab my board, because I think I set my board aside over here like a ding-dong. Like a ding-dong. Now you're going to get 2 of these in your kit. You're going to get 2 of these boards in your kit. And you're also going to get these foo-foos. I call them foo-foos. Anybody that's been watching me for a while knows that all my additional things are foo-foos, okay? Hi, everybody. So you're going to get these foo-foos, and they're really pretty. And, of course, they have my favorite, which is the flex tubing. For anybody that watches me, you know I have this passion for flex tubing, and it's in practically every wreath that I make. So this is perfect for me. So you're going to get 2 of these foo-foos. Love, love, love. You're going to get an entire roll of this. Now, you guys, I decided to cut my roll up off camera, because where I cut this, it's over to another table. My wood burning tool is over at another table, and I didn't want to keep flipping you guys around and, you know, the whole 9 yards. So I cut my mesh at 10 inches, 10 by 10. So I have a little bit left. And I'll tell you how many you need in a minute. And then we have, I feel like I am into my goodie bag here. And then, of course, you have your pipe cleaners that you're going to need for this. Hey, Miss Chris, how are you? So you got your pipe cleaners. And there's more. You've got your measuring tape, which we just have to have, right? I have one on here, but for those of you that don't, we have a measuring tape included, and we also have Laurie's card, and you have these two little things here, and I haven't decided what those are for yet, but I probably will at some point. So I'm going to put those aside. And you also get, I'm not done yet, wait, you know, the infomercial, wait, there's more, don't go away yet, there's more. What else do we get? We get 2 rolls of ribbon. Look how beautiful these are. Now these are nice and thick, glue dots, they're glue dots, okay, sticky glue dots. You get a roll each of these, and I have already cut my ribbon, you all, because I wanted to spare you the pain of watching me cut my ribbon. You get to see everybody else cut their ribbon, so I'm going to be a little bit different. So you get a roll each of these, and this is what I have left after cutting all my ribbon, so I'm pretty happy with that. So if you want to make a bow, you can absolutely make a bow. Hi, you guys. Hi, Karen. Hi, everybody. All right, so what I'm going to do a little bit different, you all, is I'm going to put these guys aside, and I'm going to open up my pipe cleaners. My lime green pipe cleaners. You know what, you guys? My kitchen, believe it or not, my kitchen is decorated. It's not decorated, it's highlighted lime green. I know, I love lime green. It's pretty weird for a kitchen, I know. All right, let me bring it down close so you can see what I'm doing here. Here. Now this is the scanner, which, you know, we all scan all of our stuff nowadays. So I'm going to do the poof method on the bottom of this, which means I'm bringing in an additional 21-inch roll of mesh, right? This is totally what you don't have to do. You totally can use just the 10-inch mesh and make your cruffles, right? That's what you can do, but I'm going to do a little bit different. So I'm going to put these in a little bit different than everybody else. Oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you. So I'm going to start, I'll start on row A just because that's the right thing to do. So row A here, here's where I'm going to put my pipe cleaners. I'm going to put one here. Hello from San Antonio, Texas. Oh, yay, waiting to live. Woohoo, Sarah, woohoo. So I've got that one there. And I'm going to put one on the other end. Okay, now pay attention because this is going to be a little bit different. So I've got, this is row A. Just pick any end. You can do one end or the other, it doesn't matter. So I've got one here, and I'm going to put one also in the middle. All right, just to make things complicated for you guys, just in case you're not on your toes, I'm going to put you on your toes, okay? So here we go. We're going to put one in the middle, and there's going to be a total of 14 pipe cleaners. A total of 14 pipe cleaners. All right, so this is what it looks like. So we got this guy right here on the end. We've got this guy in the middle, and we got this guy on the end. All right? Now from here, I'm going to skip row B, and I'm going on to row C. And I'm going to just do normal on row C. These two end ones on row C. Okay? I'm going to skip row D and go on to row E. The same thing right here, these two. So we got a little bit different setup than everybody else has got, right? And you guys can pick what you like best. I'm just trying to show you a different way to do the kit, okay? So they say there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to do a kit. All right? And I'm also going to do F. I'm going to do row E and row F. And you'll have pipe cleaners left over, just so you know. All right, now I'm going to skip onto row H. I'm going to do row H. I skipped row G. I'm on row H. And I'm going to skip row I and go to row J. And there's going to be 3. Each end, there's 3 pipe cleaners. So I'm going to need 3 for this. And then you have all these pipe cleaners left to do another project with if you would like. Alrighty, so here we go on the end. So we've got one there here. So we got this end and this end. And then we're going to piggyback right here, these two right there. All right, we're going to throw one right in there with that guy. I'm going to throw one right in there next to that guy. All right, now let me turn this over. If anybody wants to screenshot this, you can screenshot this, okay? Let's get these guys in here, and this is how it looks. So there's 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 3. Each end has 3. All right, that's how that's going to look. Now, let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. So let me tell you the reason why. Let me tell you the reason why. I think I'm all more fun tonight. The reason why. I'm choosing this 21-inch mesh. Let me get you guys out here just a little bit. So this is already open. This is a mesh that I had. This does not come with the kit. I'm going to choose this dark green mesh. It's an emerald green mesh, which I love. It's quintessential Christmas, right? Quintessential Christmas. And I'm also, the reason I did that is because I've got these pipe cleaners, and I just felt that I wanted to bring out a little bit more of the dark green in these guys, right? So we got light green here, light green here. So I just picked the dark green because I just thought I would bring that out a little bit more. And it would look really good against the white curls that I'm going to use, all right? That was the method for my base. Now, you could use a red base. You can use the lime green base. You can use whatever color base you want and not use this at all and just use your 10-inch mesh. But I'm going to use this. All right, so since this is already open, I'm going to see how it's zigzaggy all over the place here. I like to make a clean cut with my sissoise. And I'm just going to cut this across. Nothing fancy-pantsy, just more even than it was, right? Just nothing fancy-pantsy, more even than it was. I'm not a fancy-pantsy person most of the time. And then I'm just going to gather this end up, right? Gather it right up in your hand. And I like to leave 2 or 3 inches on the end here. Just kind of grab that in your hand, just like that. And I'm going to start at one end. I'm left-handed, so I like to start on the right end and carry myself down. If you're different, you want to start on the left end and carry yourself down, totally up to you guys. But I'm going to start right here, all right, on this very end one closest to me. I'm going to try to move these so you guys don't get too confused here. Let's see if I can get the right, make sure you got the right pipe cleaner. So these two right here on this end is what I'm working on, all right? Let's bring you all down. So I've got my little pickup here, and I'm just going to take it and stick it in here. Stick it right in there just like that. And I'm going to twirl it twice because I have found when I do this method on here, if I do it one twist, it tends to give way pretty quickly. So I'm twisting this around twice, and I'm not worried about this tail at the moment, so we're just going to kind of leave that right there. And I'm going to go right about my merry way, and I'm going to do 10-inch poofs all the way down the side facing me, all right? So I'm just going to hang on to this for a second so it doesn't go anywhere. I'm going to gather this up in my hand and measure out my 10-inch poofs. I'm going to measure from here down to here 10 inches. There's my 10-inch poof, all right? And then I just like to take my hand and feather that out and then go into my pipe cleaner. Let me move these guys out of the way. I'm going to try to move them out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. It's a hard one. This one, this one, this one. I'm going to take my very next pipe cleaner and I'm going to open that up and stick it right in there. All right? My 10-inch poof is what I'm using here. And we're going to orient this a little bit different too. Hey, Marty. We're going to orient this entire thing differently than everybody else did. 2 twists on that. All right, so there's my first poof on the end. So I'm just going to continue down to my next pipe cleaner. So I kind of started at the other end. I started at the bottom end and working my way up. It doesn't matter which end you start at. You're still going to end up in the same spot, okay? 10 inches right here, 10 inches on my poof. I measure because I like to be pretty precise on the poofs. I fan it out before I put it on. Now, if you want to put them all on and fan them all out later, totally your gig, whatever you want to do, whatever is easier for you. This is easiest for me. All right, 1, 2. And then I'm down to the next one right here in the middle. I'm going to do my 10-inch poof again. Put it right there in the middle. Measure, measure. There we go. Looks great to me. And if this end curls up, see how this is kind of curled up here? I'm going to push that back down. I like mine curled under. I like mine curled under, so I'm going to push that baby back down. 1, 2 twists on this particular one. And again, onto my next one. I'm up to row C. I started on, I think it's J down there, and I'm up to row C. Leave it to me. Left-hander goes backwards, right? Hey, doesn't matter which end it is. It's all going to come out the same way anyways. Curl that under because we want that down 10 inches. And here we go. And so these are all pretty much the same size, right? That's the goal. The goal is to make sure that your poofs are all pretty much the same size. Now you don't need to be nicky-picky, right? And say, oh my goodness, this is a ½ inch longer. It's okay. In the end, it's probably not going to matter. But you don't want one sticking up here and one sticking way down here. You want them kind of even, right? So we're going to go right down onto this end one facing me. Now I'm on my row A, my end one facing me. 10 inches. Measure, measure. There we go. And around and around and around we go. And just stick her on in here. Now make sure you have the right pipe cleaner because you've got 3 pipe cleaners in here. So don't take one from this guy to bring over to this guy, right? Try to get your pipe cleaners right so they're all married up where they're supposed to be, right? So now what we have to do is we're going to transition this way and work our way that way. So I need to take this loop and put it into the middle one now, 10 inches. Okay, so I'm going to turn my board because the idea is I'm not going this way anymore. I'm going to hop over this way. So I need to take my mesh and hop it over that way. So for me, I need to turn my board. So I'm going to turn my board so that the side that I'm going to do is facing me, and that makes this piece easier to come forward to me when I make my 10-inch loop, okay? So I'm going to make another 10-inch loop, one more 10-inch loop. I'm going to fan this out. I'm going to put it in my next set of pipe cleaners here. I'm going to try to make sure I got the right pipe cleaner. Put it right in that pipe cleaner that's ready for it. Hi, Sue. Give it 2 twists around. So there it is. So that's an end poof. I've got an end poof on this, which is exactly what I wanted. And now I've still got one more over here. I'm going to make one more poof this way. This end one went out this way. This other one's going to come this way. All right? Thank you, Phyllis. So again, 10 inches. I eyeball it now because once you get one row done, you guys, you can kind of not really measure. You can eyeball measure because you know the rest of them have to be about this high. So as I go down this other side, I'm just going to eyeball so that they're even with this one. And the same kind of with this one. Alrighty. I'm going to stick that right in the very next zip tie, or not zip tie, pipe cleaner. And then I'm going to give it 2 twists. Hey, Jackie, you made it. All right, so I've got this one here, this one here, and this one here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, kind of like a triangle, all right? And that's exactly what we want. Now, this whole side down here, this other side is the side that we're going to go down now. This side is complete. We're going to go down the other side the exact same way, right? So you're just going to take your mesh. We're going to do 10-inch poofs all the way down. All right, so I'm going to try to move the pipe cleaners out of my way. And I'm going to pick up. So what you might want to do, you guys, is move these, the ones that are on this side, move out of the way. Because that way you don't accidentally pick up one from this side and bring it over to this side and try to tie it. So these guys have done their job. This guy's done his job. So let's get the pipe cleaners out of there so I don't accidentally pick that up and then I have a wonky pipe cleaner on the other side on the way down. You know what I mean? Because you can get all these ends coming your way and you'll be like, what piece am I supposed to use? All right, so we're just going to do the same thing again. We're going to measure 10 inches, and then we're just going to go right down the other side of this board. Okay? Easy peasy. Easy peasy. And if you still need, if you're still not sure what I did, go back and watch the replay, slow it down, and say, oh yeah, that's what you did. So we got another set of poofs coming in right next to these guys. All right. Let me make sure this one's long enough for me. I want to make sure I got this one long enough now. Yes, I do. Okay, good. And then we're just going to hit the next pipe cleaner and make our way down the rest of the board here. And it's hard to see the pipe cleaners in here, but once you get them all in place, you'll be able to see exactly where you're going. You know, there's a lot of mesh here, and it's hard for you guys to see where I'm going. But these are across from each other, all right? Howdy, Deb. I'm just going to stick these guys in here, give it 2 twists so it doesn't come undone. Fan it out, right? We want to all fanned out pretty so it covers that middle, right? We want to make sure that this whole board is covered. We don't want to see any of the board underneath for our project, all right? And then we got another one down here. We're going on in with the very next poof, 10-inch poofs, 21-inch base mesh. This green mesh did not come with the kit. So you don't need this to make this project, you guys. This is an extra that I'm using, okay? Just want to make that clear that everything you need is in this kit to make. I'm just adding a little extra. And we're going down to the next one down here. I'm going to poof that out. And the reason I like to poof it out is just to see how it's going to lay. You know, just see how it lays in here. Hey, Suzanne. Make sure these ends are out nicely. This one's turned up, so I'm going to turn that end down, turn that end underneath. And you see how these all kind of line up, and I'm not really even measuring. I can just eyeball it so I can line it up with the other ones that I already put in there. It's just kind of like getting your starter poof in. Once your starter poof's in, you can kind of measure the rest by the eyeball going down through. But if you're not comfortable eyeballing it, by all means, go ahead and measure. All right, so we're down to the very end here. This is the one with the 3 pipe cleaners. So I've taken one up already over here, right? This here is 21-inch mesh. Hi from Nevada. And then we've got one piggybacked in the middle here, and then we got an end one. I'm going to use this end one because I'm still coming down this side. And this is the end one right here that I'm going to use. I have a middle one yet to use. All right, so we're still coming down the side of this this rail here at 10 inches. 21-inch mesh. This is 21-inch mesh. And this is a great way to use up any 21-inch mesh that you might have, you guys, because it doesn't take that much. I started with a partial roll, and I'm still going to have some left over. All right. See if I got the right one. Yep, I guess I did. Give it a couple swoops there. And now I've got to take it from here and connect it over to here. All right, so we need that. See this end piece right here? How we've got 1, 2, 3. This end poof out. We've got 1, 2, and I need that end poof out here. So I'm going to take this and put it over into the middle one here. I'm going to connect right in the middle. And for that, I'm going to turn it around because it's easier for me to pull it towards me as opposed to try to pull it away from me. So I'm going to do a 10-inch poof, and that's going to be my end jut out poof. I'm going to call it the jut out poof because it's going to jut out the end, all right? In total, you guys, you're going to have 14 pipe cleaners on here. 14 pipe cleaners on this particular method that I'm using, okay? 14 poofs. So I'm going to give that a double doer. You sure can watch later, y'all. If you didn't catch all of this, then don't worry about it. You can certainly catch it later. All right, so then you kind of like to make sure that it's kind of even, Steven here. It's pretty good, looks pretty good to me. And then we're just going to cut this off. Right, you're going to want to leave yourself, I'm going to leave myself a couple inches because we're going to end up tying it off. We're going to end up tying it off in here. So I'm going to leave 2 or 3 inches. You can always cut it down a little bit more. So a couple inches. All right, so that's the end of that. And I still have some left. Even though this was a partial roll, I still have some left. I got some left. All right, this was not included in the kit. So what I'm going to do now is take this piece. Grab my zip ties. Here they are. So this is the tail that we just cut off, right? See this tail right here, this glob of glob? I don't like to leave my tails high and dry because I never know if they're going to go rogue on me. So I'm going to kind of open this up. You see these two right here, the 2 holes here? I'm just going to bring my tail down over those holes and zip tie them right in there. All right? I'm just going to zip tie them right in that hole, and I'll show you in just a second where I'm zip tying it. I like to make sure that all of my tails are down, and this is other ways here. All right, so that's what I did. I zip tied that right in there. All right. And then just cut it off. And then fluff, 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 because nobody needs to know that that tail is in there, right? La da da, nobody knows. There we go. And we're good to go. So that's what it looks like. That's where I tied it down. Right there is where I zip tied it down. All right, now I still have a tail here. We still have our beginning tail, and I'm probably going to just cut that off, and I'll zip tie over this as well. So I'm going to cut the rest of this beginner tail off, right, because we don't need any extra sticking out. And then I'll grab another zip tie right around here, right where this tail is, and I'll zip tie the tail right down in here. Just so it doesn't fall out. I don't want the tail coming loose and falling out. Now, I'm not going to zip tie over my pipe cleaner. I'm going to zip tie around my pipe cleaner. All right, so I just zip tied this in right there. And I just piggybacked it with that. All right, easy peasy, pumpkin pie. All right, now comes the fun part. La la la, we covered that all up, so we're all good to go, right? Now what we want to do, you guys, we're going to add curls in this. This is the white that came with the kit. If you chose not to do these poofs like me, you would cut these probably about 16 to 18 inches, and you would probably set this up a little bit differently. If you watch Jackie from Jackie's Recent Things, make it, oh, I forgot to wear my Make It Like Laurie, my Make It Like Kathy shirt. Anyways, I'll get that next time. But Jackie did hers, and she set it up a little bit differently using these as her base. So I would refer you to her video if you want to do this a little bit differently, okay? So I'm going to bring this out, my Bodabra, because this is going to be my curl holder. So what I'm going to do is I took these, and this is 10 by 10. Actually, this is 10.5 inches, I believe. 10.5 by 10, right? And I'm just going to curl them. Now, you can make these curls, these ends, as big or as small as you want. If you want to roll these up real tight, you can. I kind of like, this is about, oh, probably about 1.5 inch opening on the end there. That's kind of how I like my curls. But if you like yours a little bit different, you can make it different. Nothing too tight, not too tight. And then I like to just take one and kind of put it on top of the other, just like that. And then I'm going to start anywhere. I don't care. I like to start, oops. I like to start on an end, okay? And then just start putting my curls in. So you're going to, I usually open up my pipe cleaners, but for this one, I'm not going to. I'm going to just take it and then pipe cleaner this in just like that. All right? And then they're going to look just like that. And they're going to face this way. I'm making these guys face my way. All right? This is how it's going to look. Alrighty? So just take your curls that you've cut, 10.5 by 10, curl them up, stick them in here or get a clip or whatever you want to do. And then we're just going to grab 2 at a time, put one on top of the other, and then open up our next pipe cleaner. So there's going to be a set of these in every single pipe cleaner, and there's a total of 14 pipe cleaners. All right? And you can open them up if you want. I usually open up all of my pipe cleaners, but I'm not going to on this one because I don't want to lose my mesh. I just feel like it's going to come out. And I'm just going to twist this once because we still have to put ribbon in here, okay? So I do want some of this beautiful emerald green sticking up through here. So I'm going to make it a point to kind of pull this up between these guys so you can see it, all right? Then I'm going to make these guys do what I want them to do, side by side. There they go. And here we go. And we're going to do that all the way down through our 14 pieces. Alrighty. This is going to be super pretty when we're done. Super pretty. And we're just going to roll them up quick. I'm just going to roll them up quick for you guys. Alrighty. So that you don't have to watch me roll these forever and ever and ever. Just going to roll them. Everybody should know probably now how to do a curl. Alright. These are pretty tight. Put them in there. Put them curls right in there. You probably actually get away with one curl per section. I'm just thinking. But it is cute, isn't it, Carol? It is. It's cute. It's going to be really cute when I'm done. Really cute. But I got a piece of green in there. See that green? Jimmy Crack Corn. I'm calling Jimmy Crack Corn. You know what that means? Jimmy Crack Corn and I don't care. That's what that means. I don't care. It's all right. Tighten that right down in there, you guys. I like to make sure that all of my pipe cleaners are really in there nice and tight. And I'm just going to bring this up between these guys and then fit the rest of mine in here. Get that out of the way. How's everybody doing? Are you having a good day today? I hope you've had a great Tuesday. It's picking up some of the evergreen. I had an evergreen base I was working on here in my room, and I think it's picking up that evergreen, some of that evergreen on my table here that I didn't think to get every last morsel off. Hello, Sharon. Thanks for joining me. All right, so we're getting a little crowded in here. Move on over, baby. It just means that this is going to be nice and full, which is the way, if you all follow me, you know I love all of my stuff super duper full, okay? Super duper full. But you could get away probably with one of these per section, but, you know, why not? Why not just do it over the top, huh? Why not do it on over the top? There we go. Just like that. Put it together just like that. Some people like to cross theirs. I wouldn't say cross it in this particular one because we're really tight here. So I'm going to put one on top of the other. And we're just going down and putting one in every single zip tie. I'm saying zip tie. You know what I mean, pipe cleaner. A pipe cleaner here. So used to using zip ties with the Unique in the Creek boards, right? I'm so used to doing that. All right, so here we go. Down and around we go. So now I've got this side done, right? We've got this side done. Now I'm going to head on to the end, either end, and that's that one end on each side that we're going to do. So I do have a pipe cleaner right in the middle here, right on this end, that we're going to put 2 more white pieces, and then we're going to start coming down the other side, okay? Any questions so far? Anybody have any questions so far on this? Alrighty, here we go. So we're going to put it right here. I'll open it up for you right here. We'll do it facing you guys. Okay, Judy, catch the replay. In they go, just like that. Take your pipe cleaner and tighten her up really good. And you want to make sure these are kind of even, right? Even on each side. Hello, parked your car in New York, Lorraine. Thank you for parking your car. Thank you. And then those are going to kind of be facing out that away, right? If I can be the boss of them. And then we're going to turn it and go right up this side with it. Remember, we got a pipe cleaner we're going to start with here, all the way up that side. Hey, Darlene. So that's what we're doing. Look how pretty this is, right? And all that green picking on in between there. And we're going to put our ribbons on. It's going to be gorgeous when we're done. So we're going to orient this. Now, everybody's been making theirs this way. We're going to be making ours this way, right? We are going to be making our our swag going this way. All right, that's how I'm going to make this different. There we go. Going in there. Some of this up in here, up in our business. Some of this in our business. Okay. So you're going to get to see how this looks oriented both horizontally and vertically, right? And open this up. Well, I'm not going to open it. Stick it right on in there. Ugh. And the reason that I'm pushing this down in here, you guys, I'm using the rail. The reason that I'm pushing this down so far is because I'm going to add other stuff on top of it. So I'm going to try to push this all down pretty tight into my board. I don't want everything sitting up so high. I want it scrunched down on in there. So you see how that this green is popping beautifully against that white? As would red. Red would pop beautifully under there too, you guys. If you had, you know, if you're like, oh, darn, I don't have any emerald green, you know, 21-inch mesh. I've only got lime green, or I've only got red. I think, you know, you can use either one of those as long as it goes with what you're working with, right? So these have both the dark green, kind of the lime green, and the red. Any one of these colors would work for a base on this, all right? Whatever color you like will work. You're welcome, Miss Elizabeth. You're welcome. Now the fun part of this for me is when I start adding the ribbon. Then I'm like, whoa, this is really good. That really, for me when I make wreaths, when I start putting the ribbon in, then it starts coming to life, right? Because this is really right now considered our base. And the reason we put our bases on is so that we have, number one, a foundation for what we're working with, right? When you build a house, you need a foundation to put the house on. Well, we need a foundation to put our foo-foo things on, to put our little elf butts on, and to put our signs on, and whatever else we think we want. So this is our foundation. And yes, we make the rest of this look really, really pretty, but it's still our foundation. All right, I've just got a couple more to go here, and we're going to be super good. One there. One here. Stick this in here. Got to dig your way through here to find all the goods. All right. Okay, move these down. Now there's no reason if you want these hanging up all over the place, you can have them hanging up all over the place. I kind of want them down because my butts are going to go in here. So I kind of want my, you know, my foo-foo things coming out this way. All right, we got 2 more to go. 2 more places to go, and then we're done with this part anyways. And then I'll show you how beautiful the ribbon looks. Watching from the car, and no, you're not driving. That's good. You guys are watching from anywhere. I will watch you here. I will watch you there. I will watch you most anywhere, right? Says the cat in the hat. Now in the end, the bottom of the ends here, you got to watch your pipe cleaners, because remember we've got this one, we've got this one we did, we've got this one we did, and we got this one we did. So we want to make sure that we have the right pipe cleaners, because I have quite a few pipe cleaners sticking out down there still, right? Quite a few left. So I'm going for this very end one here. This very end one on the corner. And then we're going to go for this sticky outy one. And then we'll be good. And I'll turn this over one more time. So for those of you that didn't see how I got this packed in here, you can screenshot it. And you can set your board up the same way if it's something that you think that you like to do. Okay? One on top of the other, just like that. And we're on the very end here, the very end. And then we're all set up. We're set to go. We got our base, everything we need here. All right. Now, we get these guys forward. Let me see if I can bring any more green up here. A little more green sticking out between these guys as much as I can. All right, looking pretty. So there's what we have so far. Pretty cool looking, isn't it? Very cool. And here's what we have back here. So there's 3 on each end and 2 in the middles. So 3 of them on that end, 3 of them on that end. Okay, and here it is. Pretty cool, huh? Hi there, Barb. All right, so now we're ready for our ribbon. Alrighty, so I love the ribbon. It's so brilliant. It's so bright. So the reason that I love, got my camera set way in a different direction tonight. I'm sorry, I'm not really getting this in the middle very good for you guys. I apologize. The reason that I love all of this white on the end is look what we got coming in here. This is going to show up fantastically on that beautiful white. So this is what I'm waiting for. So I've got 14 of each of these at 13 inches long. 14, 14, 13 inches long. And we're going to put 1 of each on each one of these pipe cleaners. We're just going to go around this whole thing again and put these beautiful ribbons on, okay? Now when you do your ribbon, don't forget your measure, buddy. I took this out at 13 inches, right? Put it out at 13 inches, roundy, roundy, roundy. Then when you get ready to take it off, just push it down 1 and they'll flip right off and cut them off. Alrighty? So I'm going to stick this on the side. And then what I like to do, you guys, and for those of you that don't watch me often or haven't seen me much, this piece here, this tabletop that I have, hello there, Karen, is a yoga mat. And the reason that I have a yoga mat down here is because when I'm doing my wreaths, the under table is very slippery. So I end up chasing my wreath all over my table, like when I'm trying to really, you know, move and push these in and get these tied up and everything, my base ends up sliding all over my table. And so I put the yoga mat down so that it didn't slide, right? This is rubbery. So this isn't going to slide all over the place when I'm trying to get my wreath together. So because this is not slippery, I have to use something slippery on top of it, like this piece of cardboard, so that when I put my, when I do my cruffles, my ruffles, or do this ribbon, that it can slide, because I'm going to want to pinch this up and have this slide. Okay, hi Doris. So I'm just going to put 1 on top of the other, you guys, and if you're not good at eyeballing the middle, by all means go ahead and fold this over, make your crease, find your middle, and then you can take it and you can pinch it up the middle. If you're good at finding the middle, I usually just pinch it and eyeball these tails, and if they look about right, then we're good. All right, and then I'll just bring this out, and I'm going to put this in, pick a pipe cleaner, right? Start with a pipe cleaner, put it right in there, just like that. Tie it down. I'm going to do it just once, and then you can separate them. So I always end up separating these later, because in the process of me working on this, they never stay where they're supposed to be. So for now, I'm probably just going to leave these guys the way they are, just like this, and then go through afterwards and separate them. All right, I'm going to get them on first and separate them later. I've chosen to put the polka dot on top. That's my favorite. So I'm going to put that on top. That's going to be the star of the show. If you want to, you can alternate between the polka dot and the wavy gravy. Put the wavy gravy on top, right? Find the center, pinch it in, and then you put the wavy gravy next. Now that's not a bad idea. I think I'm doing that. I'm going to alternate between the wavy gravy and the polka dot, because I just think that's going to be really cool. Find your next set of pipe cleaners, put your wavy gravy on top, put this in here, give it a nice twist. Now, the reason that I'm only twisting this once is because I'm probably using flex tubing, you guys. If I decided that I'm all done with this and I'm not using flex tubing, then I'm going to twist this about 3 or 4 times. But I'm just going to do it once for now until I get the lay of the land and decide what I want to do. Okay? So there's that. Now these 2 are going to be closer together than the other ones, because remember, we've got 2 really close in the middle there. So these center ones are going to be much closer than the rest of them. Well, not much closer, but you know what I mean. They're going to be closer. All right, so we just put the wavy gravy on top. We're going to do the polka dot on here. And then what I just do is look at it, try to get the middle, scrunch it up just like that. And then I just kind of look at these tails to make sure that they're looking even to me. And they do. And when you get them in here, they don't look so even, then you can adjust them, right? You can pull them one way or another, no biggie. All right, and these are going to overlap, which is going to be kind of, honestly, y'all, you can get away with one ribbon in each one of these. Just alternate between this one and that one. I might not even have room to open these guys up. So you can save yourself on a lot of ribbon by just adding every other, right? I mean, every one, but alternate which one you do, right? Polka dot, wavy gravy, polka dot, wavy gravy, right? Because this is pretty tight. This is a real tight deal here. So we're just going to add these guys in 13 inches long, cut them 13 inches long, and then I just lay this here and look at them and make sure they're the way I want them. And then I'm just going to find my next pipe cleaner, which is close, stick this in here, and give it a zip tie. You know, give it a twist of the pipe cleaner. I keep saying zip tie, but you all know what I mean. I know you do. Put that guy down because he's kind of going rogue on me, and I will have none of that. Here, put this guy in here just like that, right? So there we go. Look at how it's good. Yep, see? It's making its debut here. So I'm going to run right along here, you guys, and I'm going to go fairly quickly. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to stop me and say, what are you doing, or whatever. But for the sake of getting it done timely, I'm going to move myself along here. Alrighty, and they're going to overlap. Everybody's going to overlap here, and that's just the way the world works. Okay, and then we're going to just go all the way around, all the way around. All right, and I'm alternating between which one is on top. Alrighty, Diana, super duper, glad you're here. Thanks for coming on in, appreciate that. And we'll just open this up. Wait till you see how pretty this is going to look, you guys, when it's oriented differently. Right? I said we're going to orient this differently, and we are. All right, so I got that end there, and then we're going to come out here with this on top. I have a lot of materials in a little space here. So you can probably get along with not quite so many materials. Late to the party, better late than never. We don't care. We don't care if you're late to the party. No care, no care. Alrighty, and now we're going down the back end. We're heading down the back stretch. Kind of like the horse races. We're heading down the back stretch here. It's one rectangle board. One rectangle board. Yep, that's all we did. And you can use two if you want. If you want to make this bigger, you guys, you go right ahead. Make it as big as you like. As big as you like. One rectangle board. It comes with the kit, okay? The board comes with the kit, as does the white mesh, as does the pipe cleaners, as does the ribbon, as does our elf butts, and as does a couple of little foo-foos here that we're going to try to work in this project. All right. There we go. These are the two close ones right in the middle. Okay. Did I use pipe cleaners? Yep, pipe cleaners came with the kit. That's what I'm using. You're going to want to use pipe cleaners for this, you guys, because we have so many different things we're doing, right? So we use the 21-inch base mesh. So you don't want to zip tie that in, and then you zip tie the white in, then zip tie these, and you'll be using zip tie after zip tie after zip tie. So I highly recommend that you use the pipe cleaners that came with this. Because after we're done, we're going to take these pipe cleaners and make them invisible, all right? You're not going to be able to see any of these pipe cleaners sticking up when I'm done, all right? All right, just a few more to go, and we are rocking and rolling. And then the next thing we're going to do, now my elf butts are going on last, you guys. They have to go on last, because I need to decorate all of this first so that they're not in my way while I'm trying to decorate. Alrighty. Is Laurie on? Hi, Laurie. Let me see if I can get my chat up again here. Hang on. Yeah, it's slow. Oh, here it comes. It's coming. Come on, chat. Come on. Yeah, it's really, really slow. Alrighty, so we got our corner piece here, and then we have our very end piece coming up next. Ta-da! Ta-da! Right? Ta-da! You always feel good when you get stuff done, right? Oh, there's Laurie. Laurie, you're late. You probably did hear zip tie because you know me. I keep saying zip tie, you guys. I'm used to using the zip ties with the boards, of course. And so you hear me say zip tie, but you're going to have to say, oh, no, I know what she meant. She's not speaking correctly tonight. She's got to speak better in the future. All right, so here we are. Here we are, here we are, here we are. Look at this. Look at that. How beautiful is that? This guy's gone rogue on me. See, he's like, oh, look at me. Well, we're going to put him back down because that's not where you need to be, buddy. You're going back down. Don't ruin what I've got going on here. Do not ruin what I got going on. So that's what this is. So it's pretty already, right? This is pretty. You could use this, you guys. You could stick a candle in the middle. Ta-da! We could stick a candle in the middle. I'm not going to confuse you. I'm going to do the kit, but I would put a candle in the middle of this too. Well, not two, but instead of, if you wanted to switch it up just a little bit. All right, so now that's what we got. Now I'm all done with my cardboard. So now what we're going to do is, I'm thinking, now we have these foo-foos here, and I think I'm going to add these after because I need to put the elf butts in first, but I also have some flex tubing, and I also bought some of these from Hobby Lobby. And I thought they'd be kind of fun to put kind of like on every other one of these. So that might be what I'm going to stick in here on every one of these. And I'm probably going to start like with the end. So these are extra. I bought these extra as something just a little bit more to put in here to give you guys different ideas to do because the colors are beautiful. So I was going to go every other one had these, and then the ones in between would have flex tubing. So I think what I'm going to do is just take my little things here and cut these down. And I'm probably going to start on the end. And for right now, you guys, I'm going to just put these right in with our pipe cleaners. All right. And then if you want later, you can glue these in. Now, if I decide that I love these and I want to keep them, I'll probably glue them in. For now, now it's going to be it. I'm not going to add any more on this particular one, right? So I've got my foo-foo here, and now I'm going to twist this like 3 or 4 times. That's going to be it for this guy, right? No more additions on that. All right, and then I'm going to come to the next one, which isn't going to get any of these foo-foos, and the next one's going to get a foo-foo, all right? So I'm going every other gets a foo-foo. I'm just going to stick these in, and I'm going to tie them in with my zip ties, and later on, I'm going to glue them in, all right? Just so you know. So I'm going to twist this off like 3 or 4 times, and you'll see afterwards what we're going to do with it, all righty? So look how pretty that's looking, right? And remember, so we're going here, not here, here, not here, skipping every other one to go around, all righty? So our next one's going to go here. So you're going to need 7 of these guys. If you're choosing to use these, you're going to use 7 of these. These were at Hobby Lobby, and they were like $2.99 a piece with 50% off. So they're $1.50 each. All right, and you can move these around if you want. You can make it more 3D. You can pull these balls forward. You can do whatever you want. For now, I'm just going to kind of lay them in there. I kind of like them like that. And don't you wonder why? Now, Hobby Lobby has their Christmas at 50% off, but they only had their fall, I think, at 40, like when it came on. So I'm like, what's up with that? You know, why is one 40% and the other 50%? So I'm just going to take these and cut quite a bit of these off, all right? I'm going to cut I only have that much on there for a stem. And then I'm just going to put it down right in the pipe cleaner. I'm sticking it down in the mesh as far as I can, and then wrapping the pipe cleaner around it, all right? And then when I glue it in, that'll be just an extra layer of protection, because these are not going to stay in by themselves with just the pipe cleaner, you guys. So you're going to want to glue these in, alrighty? And then afterwards we can go ahead and open up some of the ribbons if we want to, or not. I don't think we need to open anything because it's full enough as it is, right? So we're going to skip. Actually, what I should do is, I kind of like one on each end. You have to have one on each end. Let me see. I might have to, I'm gonna have to do this just a little bit differently. So let me see. Take this out. Let me take this out for a second, because I want one on each end of this, because it has to be balanced, right? So I'm going to take this and move it to the end instead. And I'll figure it out afterwards here. But yeah, you're trying to get it out before they put this year's. Probably. All right, so there's that. So we have an end, and then I have one here, and that might be what I put in there. I'm not sure how the rest of this is going to go. I'm going to just kind of play it by ear. I'm going to need my Wheaties for that. So I think what I'm going to do is put these directly across, here and here, and maybe leave it like that, I think. I just want it to be balanced, so I kind of changed my mind on the every other, because it wasn't coming out to where each end had a foo-foo in it. And I think it's important to have each end have a foo-foo. And if I need to buy one more of these foo-foo things at Hobbs Lobs, I will. We'll see. So stuff that down in there, just like that. Put that on our ribbon. All right. And then here, and then here. And maybe that's as far as we'll go. Okay. Stuff that in there. Give this a twist. All right, so all of these guys have, so it's balanced, right? So we've got here, 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 here. These are open. These two ends are open, and let it be. It's balanced, right? So let that be. So you're only going to have, let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the foo-foos. You don't need 7, you need 6 of them. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of flex tubing on the rest of them, and then we're going to put our elf butts on, okay? So what I pulled for flex tubing is, so I have to make my decision, right? So I'm going with all these colors in here, with the white, the lime green, the dark green, the red. So I got all colors of flex tubing here, and I just have to decide what I kind of want to use. I don't think I want to use any more white, right? I think we have enough white going in there. So I think we're going to use maybe the lime green and the red together, because I don't need a lot of this. I just need a little bit of it. So I've got a lime green flex tubing here, and I've got a red flex tubing here. Alrighty, and I think that's what I'm going to use. And I'm going to put the flex tubing where there's not a foo-foo, alright? That's what these open spaces are for. Now, you could stop and not put any flex tubing anywhere. It's totally cool. You don't have to have any flex tubing anywhere, because quite frankly, this is pretty full the way it is. But like I said, we're going to do this up pretty good. So now I'm going into this corner here where there's no foo-foo, and I'm just going to make, my loops kind of like this, kind of like that, and I'm going to see if that's too big or too small. That's about right. So let me measure. My flex tubing comes from, I get it everywhere. I get it from Craft Outlet. I got some from Personally Yours. You can get some from the Wreath Shop, wherever you can find it. These are about 3-inch loops on each side, so that seems to fit just about right. And now that I put this flex tubing in, you guys, I'm also going to tie this off 3 or 4 times, because that's all I'm adding into here now. That's all I'm going to add. I'm not going to add any more. Now, I do have my big foo-foos here, right? So I know I have these, but I'm going to wait and put my butts on and see where I want these to go afterwards, alrighty? And we might end up taking these end ones out and putting these foo-foo people in. I don't know yet, right? I'm not sure. Sometimes it's a work in progress and you don't know until you know, you know? You know? You don't know till you know, right? So anywho, that's how I kind of do how I kind of make my wreaths. I wait until I see what it needs, you see what it doesn't need, you see what colors you may have to bring in. You just don't know. This one's wonky. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. This is like a whack-a-doodle. Let's bring that down just a little. Anyway, out of control. All right, so we got a foo-foo here, so we're not putting anything there. Nothing here, so we're going to put one of our bows here. And I just like to make it in my hand just like that. Just looks like a bow. And then put it in here. So I'm using 2 different colors of mesh, or 2 different colors of flex tubing. What was my husband's job? We used to own a precious metal store up where we used to live. We used to own a jewelry store, actually, up where we used to live. That's what we used to do before we came here. So remember, I leave about an inch or an inch and a half here on the end, and then I just pinch them, and then just bring this forward however big I think I want my loop. And I do the same thing with the other side, how big I think I want my loop, and then I'm sticking it in here. That's the way I like to do these guys. And then I'm just going to twist them off 3 or 4 times well. And I need some more of my lime green here. So this is a lime green, which I love, and I got to get the end of this off. The tubing was Bill's job. The tubing used to be Bill's job. Yeah. But he doesn't have a job here on Laurie's page. His job is to probably go look on his website or whatever he's doing on the internet, or take some time for himself while I'm doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4 times, twist it, cut it off. All right, so we have a little bit of everything kind of going on here, and we still got this bare naked middle, but have no fear. Have no fear, we're going to get that guy going. So I got another about 3 inches here, 2.5, 3 inches, however big or small you think you want to do these. It's totally up to you guys. There's no right and no wrong in how big these are, you guys. Some big people like to do big loop-de-loops. I kind of like to be a little more conservative. Poor Wreath Boy Gale, I know. He's been demoted, right? Oh, all right, so we got this one here, and that's it for our loop-de-loops. 1 and 2. Okay, and in we go. And like I said, you guys, if you want to do, let's just say we didn't have the elf butts here, right? Let's just say you guys wanted to make a centerpiece. This is exactly how you would make a centerpiece. All right, so you can follow this same recipe for a centerpiece. And then you can just stick your candle in the middle, or nothing in the middle, or a sign up here. Well, that wouldn't be a centerpiece, but whatever, stick a couple candles in here. It would be beautiful. So if you're thinking of doing a centerpiece on one of these rails, bring this video back up, save this video, bring it back up and say, I need to use that method when I'm making my centerpiece. And you can use this method. It would be absolutely gorgeous. And then add your own touches to it, okay? All right, so that's it for our flex tubing, you guys. So remember I said earlier that we've got all of these these green pipe cleaners sticking up. So now what I like to do is I like to go through with my clippers or my nippers or whatever it is that you guys clip with, and I usually cut these off to about an inch. I leave about an inch sticking down here, and then what I do is I take my pliers and I hold it and I roll them down into my project so that you can't see them. So see that? See this one here, how that's down in there? So you're going to cut it, you're going to twist these off 3 or 4 times. You're going to cut it off about, leave yourself about an inch or so, and then roll them right down into your project, and nobody can see them. That's what I like to do with these pipe cleaners. So you can either go around, what I usually do is go around and cut all of them off, right? Cut them all off, do clipping all at once, and then I go down and I roll them all down after I'm done clipping. But if it's easier for you to go around and clip and roll, stop, drop, and roll, right? Then you do it that way. Whatever works for you is the right way. There is no wrong way to do this. Okay, So we've got our elf butts yet to put in. I haven't glued these yet, right? Because I need to put my butts in to make sure these are where I want them to be, right? I don't want to put the cart before the horse because, you know, you're just not sure sometimes. And they need to be glued in desperately because they will not stay without glue. I just want you to know that. Don't think that these pipe cleaners are going to hold your foo-foos in because they're not securely. All right, so that looks pretty good to me. So now I'm going to take these guys, I'm going to go around and just twist my handle down into my project until all of these are twisted down. And that's going to be that. And then we're going to add the elf, the butts, and then our foo-foos over here. These came with the project. There's 2 of these to add in, so we have a whole lot more to put in yet. And that's going to kind of be that. And then this project will be done. And I'm going to show you how it's going to hang, okay? We're going to show you how it's going to hang. Just a little bit different on this one. Just a little bit different. And there's nothing wrong with being different, you guys. The good thing about these kits is, so there's 3 of us that I'm aware of that have done these kits, and none of ours look the same. None of ours are the same, right? From the way Jackie did hers, to the way Laurie did hers, to the way that I did mine. Give people the same exact materials and watch what they do. And it's kind of amazing that everybody has their own take. Hey, Ellen. Hi, Ellen. Okay, so that's that. So we've got everything buckled down where we need it to be. Now, let's get these guys rolling. Let me pick this mess up so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I have a whole bunch of junk all over the place here. One of our little foo-foo people came off, but that's okay. I don't care. Yes, Unique in the Creek, the replay will be available on Unique in the Creek's page in case you all want to go back and catch something. Catch it again. Okay, so now with the stars of the show. So remember I told you generally everybody was doing theirs like this. They kind of had theirs up and down. You know, they're kind of like this with the elf butts. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm doing mine this way. So they're going to face me right now so that I can make sure I have these where I want them. Now, because I'm doing them this way, there is, you can use, I guess, this to attach them with, but I'm not going to. I'm going to have to add my own attachment wire, you guys, because I'm orienting mine just a little bit different. So I'm going to take this stuff off here. I'm also going to take these off. Oh my gosh, I'm probably going to have to go to jail. Am I going to go to jail if I take these off? You know, do not remove the tags. Do not remove the tags, right? From your mattress or whatever it is. Like, yeah, sorry. Come get me. Guilty. Guilty here, guilty. All right, so I'm going to do mine this way. So I'm going to get naughty, nice, and I tried. And I'm going to orient these naughty, nice, and I tried. And I think that's how I'm going to do mine, just like that. So I'm going to take some green wire. This is green wire. It's floral wire. This is 26 gauge floral wire. You can get these. I got this at Walmart. I buy these by the rolls because I use a ton of them. And I'm going to put some floral wire on the back of these so that I can attach them. And I might end up putting more floral wire on the bottom part if I feel that I need to. I'm not quite sure yet, but I'm going to see what I need. And I'm going to make a piece probably about, now I'm going to make this longer than I need to, you guys. I don't need all this, but I want to have more so I don't struggle. I'm going to make this about 20 inches long. Right? You don't probably have to do it this much, but I'm going to. So I'm going to take this and just put it right up into here. All right? Oh, tried. Well, he did try. So I'm going to put he up here. So I'm going to just put this here. Let me see. I want to get it correct. So he's going to go down here. I'm talking to myself, and you'll learn after a while that I talk to myself when I'm doing this, you guys, because it helps me focus and figure out what I'm trying to do. So this goes right through the butt, this wire, and I'm going to just kind of even it out a little bit. I'm going to give it a couple twists so that he doesn't move when I put him through. So that's that one. So the naughty man will go, or the nice man will go there. The naughty man's going to go up in that corner, and this guy's going to go up in that corner. I'm going to have him tilted. So now I'm going to have to see where I need this next thing of wire. Where is this going to lay here? So right about kind of the same spot, kind of right about in here. And I'll turn these all over afterwards so you can see where I put the wire, okay? So I'm going to do about 20 inches of this wire. I know it's overkill, but you know, we don't care. We're going to do it because it's better than coming up short, right? I'll probably put these right through about the same way. It's easier, if you're going to put wire through this felt, it's easier to pick the felt up, pinch this up and then put this wire through it, and it will thread much easier than if you don't pick this up. All right, it'll thread right through. Try to even these guys out a little bit, just make it easier for us to put it on, and twist it around a couple of times. So there's that guy, he's over there. We're going to do the same thing for Mr. I Tried. We'll put it right in there. I think that's about where he's going to go, isn't it? He's going up, he's going down. Let's see, where is he? Yep, that'll go right about here. I'm going to make these guys the same. Another thing of wire. And we're almost done with this. Now, this is the harder way to do it, you guys. This wreath kit goes together more simply than I've just done, right? I've done a whole lot more than I need to do with this kit. But I just want you guys to see that there's different ways to do it, okay? You don't have to do all this work. And it'll still come out gorgeous, so don't worry about it. All right, so there's that. So these guys are wired in. So we're going to put Mr. Let's see. We're going to put Mr. Naughty in first. So I'm going to put it toward you. He's going to go in at an angle. And so you see this right here, this spot right here? That's where I'm going to attach him, right in there, right in that spot. Okay? So here's Mr. Naughty. And we're going to put him right down through the holes. Right, if we can. Now, if you have trouble getting these through into the holes, you guys, where's my piece? These are long pliers that I got on Amazon. You can take these, grab your wire, and feed it down through. It might be a little bit easier for you to have something a little more substantial to grab onto. And then you can feed it down through the holes, all right? Pick a hole, any hole. And I'm going to go right through the holes that our pipe cleaners are in, all right? So the good thing about this is you get lots of holes to pick from. And so I got one through, so how easy is that? And I'm going to put the other one through. And I'm going to use my clipper things here. More ideas, that's right, Gail, more ideas. And then you guys can just pick what you want. So that was easy, right? So I've got Mr. Naughty. Let's see, I think he's going to go... I got to put him toward me, you guys, so I can see what I'm doing. Otherwise, I have no idea. I think he's going to go that way. Let's see. Yeah, he's going to go this way. All right, so we're going to take him in, right? I got him right through here. And run him around. That's where I put him, right there. And that ends up right there. All right, so Mr. Dottie's there. And then we're going to go with I Tried, because Mr. I Try is going to go on this other corner facing out that way. All right, so let's get him in there. And then the nice is going to go in the middle. And I'm going to use these pliers again to try to get this through my hole in here. Oops. Let me move him. Let me move it around so I can get him in here. All right. And we're just going to put them through the same hole that the pipe cleaners are in. All right, so there's one. So we got that one in. See how easy it is? So make sure you make your wire long, you guys, so you don't struggle. It's so hard when you cut something up short and then you're like, oh my goodness, I can't get this through because it's, you know, it's 5 inches too short. All right, so now I'm going to put this in the other hole here where the other one is. Come on. All right, pick him up. There he is. All right, so those guys are through. So now let me turn him around so I can get him facing the right way. He's got to go that way as well. And if you want to, you guys, you can just take the end here and you can glue these down to your mesh if you want. And that might be a good idea to glue them down, you know, that way you know they're pretty secure. All right, so we got naughty, I tried. Now nice is going right up the middle here. There's where we connected all of them. That's about where I put the wire on all of them, right there. Right there. All right, that's about where the wire is. So this guy's going to go right up the middle. I guess I'm going to orient him down a little further because I don't want them all in a row, right? I'm going to have him down just a little bit more, I think, right in here. Smack up the middle. And we'll get him in here. And we'll put them right where the pipe cleaners are. Now it's impossible, you guys, to show you right now where these are as I'm putting them in because it's just too hard. So what I'll do is I'll turn it over, turn the board over afterwards and show you where I put them. And this one's not cooperating. Give me just a minute here. Get him in there. Move our mesh around just a little. There we go. We got her. We got him. All right, now one more. And then I think we'll be pretty good here. So let's see if I can get this in around here. I think I can. All right, he's in. Woohoo! Look at that. But we still got foo-foos to put in here too. So I got him down just a little bit more. Let's see if we're going to add those other little foo-foos. Yeah, a long needle. You know what? I think I picked up a long needle, or I had a long needle in my hand in the store. And then I said, oh, I'm not going to use this. And then, wouldn't you know, I could use a long needle. All right, so let's get this so it's looking perky again. So this guy's in the middle like that. These guys are over kind of like that. And like I said, if we want to, we can glue these guys down. And we might have to glue their little legs down or put another piece of wire down through the bottom here. So I want these facing out, this facing like that. Or I could move that guy up a little. So this is how he is. Right, so we have this in the middle here. So what we can do is use our other foo-foos on this. So that's where these guys can come in and they can go smack in the middle here. I can find a spot for the middle. So I'm going to take these and cut this off a little bit because I'm not going to need all this. Ugh. All right, so you can find a hole down in between these guys. There's plenty of holes to pick from, you guys. Find a hole, put these guys in, so that's going to go there. And then let me get the other one. I'm going to cut this off. Now I'm going to cut these off more on the back, you guys. Wheaties, Wheaties, Wheaties. Okay, and then this one's going to go on the other side over here in one of the holes. If I can find it, and I did. There's that. There's this one. So now, whoops, I better take the tag off, hadn't I? Don't need this. And I'm going to show you how we're going to hang this, you guys. So don't go away yet. I'm going to show you how this is going to hang. Alrighty? So what I did is I put these in here like this. And I'm going to turn this over. So these are these guys sticking out. So what I'll probably do is take these. These are a little bit uneven. This one probably can go over here. Let me see what I got. Yeah, I'm going to move this one over a hole. I want these to come out the same way, I want them to be the same amount apart, okay? So I got to dig through here and find my other hole. which is right here, I think. Let's see. Yeah. I just want these to be the same. So it's going to be this one right here. There we go. I got it. Right, so there we go. Right now, that still looks off. I still want it closer. I still want it one closer. Hang on, y'all. I'm digging. All right. I think I got it. Okay, there it is. Okay, so there we got it. So there we got it. All right, so what I'm going to do is turn this over. And then what you do on the back, you guys, is you're going to take these wires. We're going to twist these wires around just like we did with these. We're going to twist them, twist them, twist them like, you know, a half dozen times. We're going to cut them off. And then we're going to take them and we're going to put them right back in the hole next to it, just like that. Because we don't want them to scratch the door, so that's going to go in that hole. We're going to do the same thing with all of these. Take them and find a hole to put them in, all right? Take them and find a hole to put these in just like that. Stick them right down in there, just like that. And the same one with this one on the end. And then I'll put a hanger on this and show you what it looks like. Now for these guys, I know we have them in different spots here, but I think it comes out okay. I'll have to double check to make sure that they are evenly spaced, right? So what I will do for these is once I make sure that I like where they are, and I'm pretty sure I do, I like kind of where these are. So I would take my pliers and or something, even Bill might even have to do it. I will take this and bend it way over, right? I will bend that right over. Just like that. And then I will take a zip tie and zip tie this down, okay? So I'm going to take a zip tie. I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to waste you guys' time. But I'm going to take these holes and zip tie this right down. Same thing with this. I'm going to bend this down, right? Bend this right on down. And then I'm going to take this as well and zip tie it to the board, all right? So that they stay just like that. All right, now let's put our hanger on this and see what we got. All right, let's go back and get all of our pretties looking pretty here. And I'll hang this up and you guys can see how we did here, okay? Oh, let's see if we can get ourselves a pipe cleaner. Let me grab a pipe cleaner, probably a green pipe cleaner, I'm thinking. All right, so we have this green pipe cleaner. So remember I said we we're going to orient this different. So we're going to get it going this way, right? This way, and let me hang it up for you. And I'm just going to pick whatever ones I want on the back, you guys, to hang this with, somewhere in the middle. And I'll show you in just a second. Okay, so I just took the hanger and put it here. So it's going to hang this way. This is the way it's going to hang. Naughty, nice, and I tried. I tried, naughty, and nice. And that's how I'm going to hang mine up. Now, I might end up bringing these guys a little closer in. I'm thinking maybe just a little closer, like that. Look how cute that is, oriented this way. We added all of our stuff in, just like that. Naughty, nice, and I tried. That's how I'm going to hang it up on the door. Okay. So we got a lot going on here. Super, super pretty. This is the Elf Butt Kit. And I might even take this guy and raise him up. I don't want him all in a row. I think I'm going to take this guy and bring him up because that's going to bother me if I don't. Right? I'm going to bring this guy up. He's going to go up. So I'm going to end up moving that wire down. I'm going to move the wire down so that he stands out just a little bit more. He's just a little bit too much in line for me. I didn't want it, you know, matchy, matchy, liney, liney. So I'm going to move this down his hiney, hiney just a little bit. Matchy, matchy, liney, liney. Move it down his little hiney. Okay. And then tie that off. And put this guy up just a little bit more because I'm going to have him stick up just a little bit more. Okay. And then we also have to glue in all of our foo-foos, okay? So there's one. So we got that one in there, and now we'll do the other one, and hopefully that goes up just a little bit more. Parting the seas here to get this through the other side. You get one side in and the other side comes out, right? How many of you do that? It's like, oh, we got one side in. Oh, great. That's great. But the other one came out. Okay, there we go. There we go. We moved him back up just a little bit. And if you watch, you can cross his little legs. You can cross his little legs. How cute is that? I like his legs crossed, right? Yay, Sheila! Yay, yay, yay! Look at his little legs. You can cross all their little legs if you want. I like that. Crossing all their legs. Look at the little legs. I like that. I like that. So that's how it would hang on your door, just like this. Alrighty, you guys. Thank you for joining me. I know it was a little long one, but it was fun to do. It was fun to do this little elf kit here. So I think there's probably more of these. You can go grab it if you want to. And in the meantime, I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you, Beth. I'll see you in a couple of weeks on a Tuesday. And we can kind of go from there. You can also do a nice ribbon up here. What I would do, you guys, is do a nice ribbon. I would take part of this ribbon and I would put it up here for my hanger. And when I take a photo of this, you guys, I'll have it out tomorrow. I'll have the ribbon on it so you can see how I did this up, okay? I'm going to do just a little bit more to it, a little bit extra yet, right? Because I think it's important to see a hanger when it hangs this way, right? So if we took some of this or even a different ribbon and we put it up here to hang, it'll look really good. Okay, so I'll work on that tomorrow. I'll get a picture up so Laurie can put it up for you guys. You can see how it all turned out. Finally, finally, finally. You guys are also welcome. Thank you for joining me and have a great night. Bye, you guys.